What would you do if your wife blocked your number at 2:17 a.m. while she was supposedly asleep in the next room? I remember the exact glow of my phone lighting up the dark bedroom, the digital clock blinking red beside me, the quiet hum of the air conditioner filling the silence where her breathing should have been steady. I texted her again. Delivered, then nothing. Then suddenly, blocked. My heart didn't race. It dropped. Heavy. Cold. Like something inside me already knew the truth before my mind could catch up. I slowly turned my head toward the bedroom door, slightly open, a thin strip of hallway light cutting across the carpet. And in that silence, I heard it, a whisper. A laugh. Not meant for me. That was the moment everything changed, and I didn't yet realize how far I was willing to go to destroy her. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. Her name was Vanessa. We lived in a condo off West 34th Street in Manhattan, just a few blocks from Hudson Yards. Clean life. Stable life. The kind people envied. I worked long hours in finance. She worked in marketing. We weren't perfect, but I thought we were real. That night, I didn't confront her. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying the blocked message over and over. Accidental. That's what she'd say later. I already knew it. Morning came like nothing happened. She kissed me on the cheek, poured her coffee, scrolled her phone. Sleep okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. You? Like a rock. I watched her too carefully. She smiled too easily. That's when the humiliation began, not from what she did, but from pretending I didn't see it. Over the next week, things shifted. Subtle at first, then undeniable. She started guarding her phone like it held state secrets, tilting the screen away, taking calls in the bathroom. Her laughter changed too. It wasn't the soft, relaxed kind I used to know. It was sharper, private. One night, I caught a name flash on her screen as she walked past me. Ethan. She locked it before I could say anything. Who's Ethan? I asked casually. She didn't even hesitate. Client. That was the moment I knew she'd rehearsed that answer. I didn't argue. I didn't accuse. I started watching. Receipts came first. A charge at a restaurant in Soho, one I'd never been to with her. Then another, a bar in Tribeca. Always at times she told me she was working late. Then Uber rides. Late-night trips that didn't match her stories. I stopped sleeping. I started documenting. One night, while she was in the shower, I got her phone. Her passcode hadn't changed. That hurt more than anything, like she didn't even think I was worth hiding it from properly. I opened her messages. Ethan wasn't a client. Ethan was everything I used to be. I missed last night already. You looked so good in that dress. Next time, no rushing back to him. I felt something inside me crack. Not loud, not dramatic, just gone. When she came out, wrapped in a towel, I was sitting on the edge of the bed. You okay? She asked. I looked at her. Really looked. Yeah, I said quietly. I'm fine. That was the night I stopped being her husband and started becoming something else. Over the next month, she grew colder, bolder, almost arrogant. She'd disappear for hours, come back with that same smile I'd seen at 2:17 a.m., the one that had nothing to do with me. Sometimes she'd pick fights out of nowhere. You're distant, she snapped once. I almost laughed. Am I? Yeah. It's like you don't even care anymore. I stared at her. You're right, I said. Maybe I don't. She looked confused, then annoyed. That's when I realized. She thought she was in control. She thought I was weak. She thought I'd never do anything. That's when the plan started forming. I hired a private investigator. Expensive. Worth every cent. Within 2 weeks, I had everything. Photos of them entering a hotel on Lexington Avenue. Video of them holding hands outside a rooftop bar in Chelsea. Receipts, timestamps, confirmations. But I didn't stop there. I spoke to a lawyer. Quietly. We went through everything. Assets, accounts, ownership. I moved money carefully, legally. Protected what was mine. Then I waited. I let her get comfortable. I let them both believe they were untouchable. One night, she came home late again. Perfume different. Eyes tired but satisfied. I'm thinking of taking a trip, she said, tossing her bag down. Work? I asked. She hesitated. Yeah. I nodded. Take all the time you need. She smiled. Relieved. That trip was with him. Miami. I knew because I booked the room next to theirs. The hotel overlooked Collins Avenue. Bright lights, ocean air, and secrets that don't stay buried long. I watched them from a distance. Laughing. Touching. Free. I recorded everything. The next morning, I made a call. Back in New York, I set the final piece. Her job. Vanessa worked for a firm that valued image above everything. Reputation was currency. I sent an anonymous package to HR. Photos, videos, dates, times, company policy violations, ethics breaches, affairs with clients. Ethan wasn't just anyone. He was tied to one of their biggest accounts. Then I filed for divorce. Grounds, infidelity. Attached, everything. When she came back from Miami, I was gone. No note. Just silence. She called. Blocked. Texted. Ignored. Then came the emails. Angry. Confused. Panicked. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. We can fix this. I didn't respond. A week later, she lost her job. 2 weeks later, Ethan disappeared. Cut off. Protecting himself. 3 weeks later, she was alone. Completely. She showed up at the condo one evening. I was there, packing the last of my things. She looked smaller. What did you do? She whispered. I zipped my bag. I finished what you started. Tears filled her eyes. You ruined my life. I paused at the door. No, I said quietly. You did. I just made sure everyone saw it. I walked past her. Didn't look back. Months later, the divorce finalized. Clean. Precise. Final. I heard things through mutual friends. She moved out of the city. Couldn't find work. Reputation destroyed. Ethan? He denied everything. Of course he did. Cowards always do. Sometimes, late at night, I still think about that moment. The phone glowing at 2:17 a.m. How something so small could unravel everything. But I don't feel anger anymore. Just silence. Cold, steady silence. Because the truth is, the moment she blocked me, she had already erased herself from my life. And all I did was make it permanent. The end.